So, howdy. There you go. You're in Aggie land, so we got to do it right. Welcome to Brazos County. If you've traveled today, we appreciate you being here. Today we're going to actually officially announce that Brazos County Sheriff's Office is the first Texas agency to officially adopt nationwide public safety network known as FirstNet. So that's our mission today. We've got some folks that will be introduced throughout the course of the morning to tell you a little bit more about that. So this is an exciting day for us. Some of you may know that for the better part of 4 years we've been talking about FirstNet, meeting with Harris County and trying to see what that technology does. Of course, we're very fortunate to have a test node of band class 14 here at Texas A&M due to the location from Harris County. Because of the hurricanes, they had to relocate the core to someplace outside that zone, and so Texas A&M University was a good location for that. It was that tower site or that test site or core or whatever you want to call it that actually spurred us at the Sheriff's Office to be live and active on band class 14 or FirstNet. It's something that, of course, FirstNet is purpose-built for first responders. It's being designed to give reliable, high-speed, and always-on network connections that is very critical for the way we do our business. It will help us stay connected at every level for public safety, and it'll help us serve the citizens of Brazos County better. Now, as the FirstNet program has been developed, we have seen, of course, the early builder of Harris County and our partnership with them. But what we've been waiting for is the selection of a provider, and that provider is AT&T. And so once AT&T was selected, then all the states had an opportunity to opt in or opt out. And so what we find now is that all states have opted in, and we're ready for AT&T to build out the FirstNet. And so as an agency that's been fully operational on band class 14 or FirstNet for 2 years, we're very proud to be the very first subscriber to AT&T and officially the first subscriber to FirstNet. This is a big move for our communications capabilities. It's a major boost for all of public safety, and it'll help us to do our job. I can tell you through our experiences in the last 2 years, we've done some amazing things through this system. When I can sit at my desk, or we can stand in our command center, or we can sit in our mobile command center, which is sitting right outside, and pull up a camera in any one of our patrol units, and now we have 61 units in every sheriff's office patrol car, and all of the constable's offices patrol cars are so equipped. And so we could pull up any one of those cameras and stream live, get to see what they're looking at. And that's incredible technology. And we've used it. We've used it in events like the tornado event and the major flooding that we had. We actually just parked cars at the site of some of those flooding areas, and we were able to see live what was going on. And that instant communication, that capability is tremendous. In another case, we had a situation where we had an armed standoff. And those of you that are in law enforcement know the tactical advantage you have of knowing real time what's going on. And so in this case, we were able to put cars surrounding that house that the standoff was taking place. And from those car videos, we were able to see real time in our command center and at every other node what was going on. And so you can imagine how that could be useful in resolving those kind of situations. So it's that type of capabilities that this system gives us. Now, from an administrator, it gets even better than that. On the day-to-day operations, we are much more efficient and effective for having this system. Any one of our deputies that's so equipped has everything that would normally sit on their desk at the office right there at their fingertips in the car. Their tough tablet in their car is their office. So they can do their reports. They can get straight connections to dispatch and monitor their calls for dispatch. They can get live feed from other vehicles or from the command center on briefings or what have you. So that capability gives us the opportunity then to keep those units in the field. They don't have to come back to the office to search the internet or the intranet or the records management system or the jail management system or ask the dispatcher to get on and check TCIC. It's all at their fingertips right there in the car. They can do it themselves. And if you listen to our radio traffic, we don't talk to dispatch as much as we used to. We get the call and then we go to the screen and we work it out on the screen. And so this capability is tremendous. We're able to do our reports, the photographs, the videos, all that can handled and be streamed right from the car to wherever we need it. So that opportunity is given to us by this system, FirstNet. And we couldn't be more pleased to be the first local agency in Texas and officially adopt the nationwide public safety network. It works for us, and we've proven the concept, and we're really excited to see AT&T be the provider, and we're really proud to be the first subscriber on this network. Now, as you can imagine, we didn't get here today without a lot of collaboration and a lot of help. And so we've had partnerships, of course, with Harris County. We joined their early build out, and they were very integral in helping us set this up. Of course, the Department of Public Safety in Harris County were integral in getting to where we are today. And of course, then we've got the First Responder Network and AT&T. And so there are representatives that are sitting behind me from all those agencies, and you're going to get to hear from them this morning. And when we finish, we're going to adjourn this, and then you'll get to see the system work. And I'll talk more about that in a second. But for right now, I'd like to introduce Todd Early. He's the DPS Director of Communications. Todd?
Thank you, Sheriff. It's an honor to be here in Brazos County today with you. I also serve as the state point of contact for the FirstNet effort and program across the state of Texas. After the tragic events of 9/11, the public safety community advocated for a nationwide public safety broadband network for many years. On September the 19th of 2017, Governor Abbott announced that Texas opted into the FirstNet network, which will enhance emergency preparedness across the state and provide our first responders with a cutting-edge, prioritized public safety broadband communications network, in addition to bringing modernized devices, applications, and life-saving technology to our first responders' fingertips. This decision was based on tremendous input and feedback that we've received from local public safety first responders all across the state of Texas. Serving as the state point of contact, the Texas Department of Public Safety engaged over 25,000 first responders from all disciplines across the state of Texas to seek their input and feedback on the build out of this network. And that input has been essential into ensuring that our first responders who put their lives in danger each and every day have the most modernized technology available when protecting the citizens of Texas. I want to thank Bruce High, the Executive Director of Central Technology Services from Harris County, Sheriff Kirk, and their teams for their partnership and their willingness to be leaders in the early deployment and adoption of this technology. Their willingness to take these risks and deploy this technology over the past several years has brought many, many valuable lessons learned in the build out of this network, not only here in Brazos County, but all across the state, during daily operations, during the Super Bowl last February, during the Houston Livestock Show and rodeos, and many, many other events. Those lessons learned will enhance this network, not only here in Brazos County, but all across the state of Texas and all across the nation. It's an exciting time for public safety. This network and its capabilities will bring innovation and the best life-saving technology and tools available to our first responders right here in Brazos County and all across the state of Texas. It's now my honor to introduce to you Bruce High, the Executive Director of Central Technology Services from Harris County.
Hi, thank y'all for having me here today. Back in 07, 08, we had some events that came through Harris County that really got us talking about how are we going to make sure that our first responders have the tools necessary to do what they needed to do. Within our county, we were down to our LMR radio system, being able to communicate, and that's the extent of it. If we were trying to get any data transmitted, it was through texting. And after I visited with a couple of other surrounding counties that counted on us for providing the LMR, the radio system that we provide, it was quick to understand the urgent need of getting something that would move data around. 9/11 had happened, we heard this stuff was coming, but we couldn't wait. The next event was getting ready to happen. We didn't know what it was, but we had to be prepared. So at that point, I went to the budget office and talked to my commissioners and said, we've got to do this. And at that point is when we committed to implementing a network that would be able to move data throughout our county. The county spent of their own taxpayer monies around $8 million to implement a system countywide in Harris County that would provide the coverage necessary for you, the first responders, to be able to communicate through that form of data, through that form of technology by moving data. And I felt like when I was walking back from the budget office, I had some calls from Brazos County saying we want to be a part. I didn't even know it was out there, but and from there it got rolling, and it was all about the partnership. We had neighboring counties that didn't have medical examiners, that the poor JP was getting texts and having to run from one major road to another, pronouncing people dead on the side of the road. And it's sitting with their family. So I couldn't have that, and I knew I had to do something. So at that point, I went to the FCC and said, how can we get frequencies? They gave us frequencies, not knowing how we were going to do it. They were just worried that they were going to have to support every county and every local government across the nation. And at that point, I was working with Todd, and I said, look, you do the paperwork, we'll do the fun stuff. So we implemented it, we built it, partnering with Brazos County and other entities around the state of Texas to this point. We've been able to put something that AT&T and FirstNet can be confident that we have the people that feel very comfortable in providing input on how we need to move this system forward. And I'm proud to be a part of it. I'm proud of Brazos County for stepping off and going into FirstNet. You're ahead of us because we got a little more negotiation we need to do, but we're right behind you, and this partnership is just beginning. It's not ending at this point. So everybody needs to know that from a Harris County perspective. And with that, I'll hang around for a little bit to take any questions, and I'm honored to bring up to the mic State Representative Castillo, right?
You got it.
Thanks.
Well, howdy and good morning. I'm truly excited and proud to join you for this announcement today. I'm especially proud of our Brazos County Sheriff's Office for being the first agency in the state of Texas to adopt FirstNet. We are long overdue for the implementation of a program like FirstNet to help law enforcement and other first responders better protect the public and themselves. Our first responders deserve the best. Every day, these brave men and women put their lives on the line to protect others, and I'm pleased that now we can provide them an efficient and secure network to communicate with each other. The dedicated and Interpol network will help them adapt to any situation, providing a fast and reliable connectivity. Last year was a testament to the adoption of the implementation of a program such as FirstNet and why it's so important. During Harvey, first responders from every corner of not just the state but the country held the call and rushed to provide aid and support for our local responders in affected communities. The ability to communicate and collaborate with each other on a single dedicated network across jurisdictions would have been an invaluable tool in coordinating that effort. The FirstNet program is not only beneficial to public safety, but will also provide much needed telecommunication infrastructure in rural areas of the state. FirstNet will enhance and expand network coverage to cover areas that are today undeserved, which will benefit first responders and residents alike. There is no doubt that this network will greatly benefit first responders and the communities they serve. By giving public safety users priority on the FirstNet network, they can be confident in their ability to quickly communicate and coordinate a response when they are needed the most. Thank you, and now I'll turn it over to my colleague from House District 14, John Rainey.
Thank you, Representative Cassell. I don't know that I've ever felt safer when I'm not carrying. I am very proud to be here today and support Brazos County as they make this announcement, and for the Sheriff's Office leadership in embracing this promise of innovative FirstNet communications network. FirstNet was established by Congress at the recommendation of the 9/11 Commission to help police, firefighters, and emergency medical personnel communicate in the event of a terrorist attack or other emergency involving multiple agencies. It is a dedicated communication system that will give first responders and the public safety community additional tools to support them in helping saving lives. The FirstNet program will connect our first responders to each other and the critical information they need when handling day-to-day operations and responding to emergencies, enabling them to better serve our community. Every state in the United States has opted into this innovative dedicated network. Here in Texas, the Brazos County Sheriff's Office is the first agency to officially adopt this nationwide public safety network. I appreciate your foresight and your willingness to embrace this new and innovative tool. As others will discuss further, the FirstNet system will improve efficiency, expand capabilities, and enhance awareness for law enforcement and first responders, and real-time insights into events that may happen in our community. As we all know, we live in an ever-connected society, and that must apply to our first responders and law enforcement as well. Better dedicated connections will allow better data sharing and improved response will greatly benefit our responders and the community they serve. Again, congratulations to our Brazos County law enforcement leaders for embracing the promise of this new communication system that is dedicated to helping all law enforcement and first responders to do their very best to protect our local citizens. Thank you again, and let's see. I am now going to introduce first consultation leader Jackie Miller-Waring.
That was a mouthful, wasn't it? A little bit of a mouthful there. Thank you, Representative. The First Responder Network Authority is pleased to be here to applaud Brazos County Sheriff's Office on leading the way here in Texas. The Sheriff has been a longtime partner in testing public safety mobile broadband in partnership with Harris County and the state of Texas. This work that has been done up to date was very beneficial and informative into the planning and the design of the FirstNet network. As we move forward, we will continue to work with our partners, with the state of Texas, the Sheriff's Office, and other organizations across the nation. I'm excited to see that the Sheriff's Office is continuing its vision for public safety innovation by being one of the first to sign up for FirstNet services with AT&T. So we look forward to continuing that relationship, and I thank you all for your time in being here, and we'll turn it over to Doug Clark with AT&T.
Thanks, Jackie. It's definitely an exciting day for public safety in the state of Texas and Brazos County. First off, I'd like to applaud Sheriff Kirk, Brazos County Sheriff's Office for their vision and leadership around this technology and the communication tools. They, along with Harris County, Texas Department of Public Safety, State of Texas, y'all have paved the way to transform public safety in the state of Texas. Thank you. This is a great example of what FirstNet is all about. It's about connecting first responders to advanced communication tools in rural and metropolitan communities. It's about helping first responders keep themselves safe as well as communities that they serve. So moving to FirstNet gives Brazos County those tools, and you've heard about how those tools are being used today, and we'll do a demonstration around those. AT&T is honored, and we believe in the FirstNet mission for the good of the nation, the citizens of this nation, and for the brave men and women who ensure our safety and security on a daily basis. I can't thank you all enough for that. And we're proud to work with Brazos County Sheriff's Office as they blaze a trail for other local agencies in the state of Texas. So with that said, I'd like to welcome Sheriff Kirk back to the podium to have some additional comments.
Thank you, Doug. So, Brazos County has been fully functional on FirstNet for 2 years. We have definitely proven the concept. It works, and it helps all of us to do our job better. Whether we're live streaming emergency situations or getting connection when there are Aggie football fans in town. It's all those times where in a system like this that is dedicated or priority preemptive, it's important that it helps us do our jobs. It's the real-time updates and bulletins that we can share with the deputies out on the street. It's the direct access to dispatch and their access to the jail management system or the records management system. It's the access to the IP protocol security cameras. You'll get to see that. But just imagine that we could, with permission from the school system, pull up all of the cameras at a security event on a school campus. Just how valuable could that be for someone that's responding to a situation like an active shooter in a school? So it is that type of technology and access that makes this system important for us. We're glad to have AT&T as a provider. Earlier this week, I was in Dallas. I was invited there to meet with a group of people, actually 1,600 of their managers from across the state that were they're getting their first look at FirstNet. And I had an opportunity to talk to them about how important it is. And I challenged them to make sure that they build out a system that we could trust, build out a system that was secure, and build out a system that was resilient. And I left there confident that they could do that job. I also challenged them to make it affordable. Each one of us in this room today works for a government agency, and our pockets aren't deep. And so we have to know that while this technology can help us do our job, it has to be affordable and accessible to all. So I can tell you firsthand that FirstNet will be transformational for public safety. I can tell you firsthand that it works. But I would also challenge those of you in the room with me today or who serve public safety across the country, I challenge you to embrace this technology as well. You don't build it overnight, so you got to start planning today. And you got to start budgeting for it. But it is worth that effort. We've demonstrated that. Again, we don't do what we do without a lot of help. And so there's some folks in the room that I want to thank, starting with the Commissioner's Court. We have a county judge and 3 of our commissioners I see here today. Thank you for your support. I know you may not understand the technology, but you understand that we have a job to do, and you've trusted us to help us put that technology in place. Brazos County IT Department, another group that has stepped up. They have done an incredible job. They've embraced our goal and our mission and our vision, and they've done a super job, and I applaud them for that. My staff, the Sheriff's Office, they've embraced innovation. They've been patient with us as we built this out, but there's been a lot of work through the Sheriff's Office to get to where we are. I have to single out Josh Heron, who isn't in the room right now. You'll get to meet him here shortly out front. But he was actually the one that brought the idea back from Harris County. At a meeting, he'd said, "Hey, you know anything about FirstNet?" And we said, "No." And so here we are today from a suggestion that he had. And of course, Tommy Randall, former retired lieutenant from our office, who helped us really get started on this. And so I thank you, Tom, for that. I appreciate everybody being here today. This is historic. This is a milestone for public safety, and I hope you recognize that. We've been telling you about it, but we also want to show you. So we have set up a demonstration outside. In that demonstration includes our mobile command center with some monitors, as well as we have 2 patrol vehicles positioned around that'll be live streaming video back to here. We're going to show you how we can access records through our jail management system and through our records management system. We're going to show you our direct link to dispatch and CAD. We're going to show you our connection to Ocularis, which is our security camera system. So you'll be able to see that we can go stream live right from there. We're going to show you those mobile video cameras from those 2 positioned patrol cars streaming live. We also have some archived events that we'll be showing you as well. So all that's waiting for you right outside. Thank you for being here, and we'll answer any questions you have when we step outside. Thank you.